Hola, teacher. Voy a leer el capítulo 2.
Chapter 2. Truth or Lies. The next morning, Sylvia went to a garage near her apartment and unlocked her motorcycle. She didn't see the well-dressed African man who was watching from his car.
The next morning, Sylvia went to a garage near to apartments and uncalled the motorcycle. She did see the well-dressed African man who was watching from his car.
Sylvia moved quickly through the busy traffic. Looking in the mirror, she saw the large black car behind her. When she moved faster, the car moved faster too. Soon, it was very close to her.
Sylvia moved quickly through the busy traffic. Looking in her mirror, she saw the large black car behind her. When she moved faster, the car moved faster too. Soon, they were very close to her.
Suddenly, the stoplight in front of her turned red. She rode through the light, but the car had to stop.
Suddenly, the stoplight in front her turned red. She rode through the light, but the car had to stop.
When she arrived at the UN building, she went to the interpreter's restroom. She put her gloves and coat in her locker. The cleaner smiled at her and said something in Portuguese. Sylvia smiled back at him, then ran upstairs to her booth.
When they arrived at the UN building, she was to the interpreter's restroom. She put her purse and clothes in the locker. The cleaner smiled on her and said something in the Portuguese. Sylvia smiled back at him. They ran upstairs to the hair wood.
Near the main hall, the French ambassador was talking to 15 other ambassadors and the Secretary General. There are two rebel chiefs, he said. Venezuela is hiding in Africa. Kuman is here in New York. They can't stop Suwani from killing people in Matobo. The killing isn't going to stop.
In a room near to main hall, the French ambassador was speaking to the 15 of the other ambassador on the Secretary General. There are two rebel chiefs, he said. Shola is hiding in Africa. Kuman is here in New York. They can stop Suwanei from killing people in Matabu. The killing it's going to stop.
So we want the UN to send Dr. Suwani to the International Criminal Court immediately.
So went to UN to send Dr. Suwani to International Criminal Court immediately.
The American ambassador looked worried. She turned to her assistant. She whispered.
The American ambassador looked worried. She turned to the assistant. He the interpreter. He whispered.
Sylvia. We need you for a few minutes, he said, and Sylvia followed him downstairs. This is a private meeting. I'd like you to interpret for both sides. Sylvia asked.
The assistant from Sylvia, we need you for a few minutes, he said. Sylvia followed with the downstairs. This is a private meeting. We'd like to you interpret for both sides. What language? Sylvia asked.
He'll speak. Sylvia was surprised. She spoke the Matovan language. She was the UN interpreter for coup. What's happening? She asked.
It is meeting with the Matabu ambassador. He speaks Q. Sylvia was surprised. He spoke in Matabu language, but it was the UN interpret for Q. What's happening? She asked.
The assistant spoke quietly. The French want to send Zouani to the ICC for his crimes against his people. The Matovan ambassador walked into the room with 3 other men. This is my assistant, Amakas Matu, he said in coup, pointing to a tall, very thin man.
The assistant spoke quickly. The French want to send Suwani to the ESS for the crime against people. The Matabu ambassador walked into the room with 3 other men. This is my assistant, Marcus Matthew, he said in Q. pointing to the tail of the thin man.
Very thin man.
Very thin man.
President Zerwani is a problem, the American ambassador said in English. Sylvia interpreted her words into coup.
President Zowani is a problem, the American ambassador said in English. She interpreted her word into the cue.
Dr. Zerwani is our teacher, the Matoban ambassador replied in coup. The rebels, Kuman Kuman and the Genezola and their friends are the problem.
Dr. Suwani is our teacher, the Matabu ambassador replied in Q. The rebels, Human and Shola, and their friends are the problem.
The United States doesn't recognize the ICC,
ICC.
the American ambassador said angrily. But we want President Zerwani to leave Matobo. He can take a long vacation or spend time with his family. If he leaves, the French plan will fail. Tell him that.
The United States does recognize it in the ICC, the American ambassador said angrily. But we want President Suwani to leave Matabo. We can take a long vacation and spend time with his family. If he leaves, the French plan will fail. Tell him that.
You can tell him, the Matoban ambassador said in perfect English. President Zerwani will talk to the United Nations next Friday. He will promise to make changes to his government. The UN will not vote, and your problem will disappear. He and his men walked out of the room.
You can tell him, the Matabo ambassador said in perfect English. President Suwani will talk to the United Nations next Friday. He will promise to make changes into the government in the UN. We will not vote and your problem will disappear. He said a man walked out of the room.
Sylvia remembered the words from the night before. The teacher will never leave this room. Edmund Zerwani was the teacher. Did somebody want to kill him in the UN building? She had to tell someone.
Sylvia remembered the words from the night before. The teacher will never leave this room. Edmund Sowani was the teacher. Did somebody want to kill him into the UN building? She had to tell some.
Later that day, Sylvia sat in the UN security office with Chief Wu and Rory Robb. Why didn't you call us last night? Rory said. I was scared, so I went home, Sylvia replied. Did you see anyone? Rory asked. No, she answered. But they saw me. I didn't understand the words, but today the Matoban ambassador called President Zerwani the teacher. Zerwani's coming here on Friday. Call the Secret Service, Chief Wu said.
Later that day, Sylvia sat into the UN security office with Chief Wu and Rory Robb. "We did you call on the last night?" Rory said. "I was scared, so I went home." Sylvia replied. Did you see and join?" Rory asked. "No," she answered, "but they see me. I did understand that the words but today the Matao ambassador called President Suwani the teacher. Suwani coming here in Friday, called the Secret Service chief. We saved."
Secret Service agent Doug Woods took the phone call. An hour later, she and Tobin Keller drove across New York to the UN building. Tobin's bag was on the back seat of the car.
Secret Service agent that would talk the phone call. An hour later, she and token caller drove across New York and UN building to the bag was on the back seat of the car.
Did you go home last night? Dot asked. Tobin shook his head, but didn't speak. I went to a party, Dot said. It was somebody's birthday, and I had to sing. You know I can't. Tobin held up his hand. He said quietly, you don't have to talk. Okay.
Did you go home last night? Dot asked. Tobin shook his head but didn't speak. Don't didn't speak. I went to a party. Don't said. It was somebody's birthday and had to sing. You know I can't. Tobin held up his hand. Don't, he said quickly. Stop, you don't have to talk. Okay.
There were 10 or 12 protesters out at the UN. One man held a sign. Zuwani must not speak.
There were 12 protests outside the UN. One man had a sing, so one must not speak.
Dice mi mamá que vaya con ella con el pollo.
Ahorita no.
Mira, que ya se va a ir, está la moto.
Ay, ¿qué quieres que haga?
Murati,
No puedo.
Murati, mi mamá te está esperando.
Que no puedo.
No,
No.
no puede.
At the front of the building, a UN policeman stopped Dot and Tobin. Dot gave him her gun and showed her security card. We're Secret Service, she said.
At the door of the building, a UN policeman stopped that Tobin that have him here and gun and showed her security card. We're Secret Service, she said.
Tobin took the card and looked at it carefully. Then he typed the names into a computer. Secret Service, Tobin said angrily. Part of the United States government.
The policeman took the card and looked it in the carrier where they typed their names to the computer. Secret Service, Tobin hit angry. Party of the United States government.
Dot patted his arm. He's new, Tobin, she said quietly. The policeman picked up the phone. You're not in the United States now. You're in the United Nations. Wait there. Somebody will meet you.
Dot touched his arm. He knew Tobin, he said quickly. The policeman quickly on a phone. You are not in the United States now. You are in the United Nations. Wait here, somebody will meet you.
Rory Robb came to the security gate and took the chief Bull's office.
Rory Rhodes called to the security gate and took the chief Bull's office. 0845.
Dot said, we'll meet him at the airport and bring him here. He won't go shopping and he won't visit the theater. He'll speak to the UN and then he'll leave. Why is he coming here?
So when he arrives hour 8 to 25 on Friday, God said, we'll meet him at the airport and bring him here. We want to shopping and they want visit to the theater. He'll speak to the union and he'll leave with coming here.
The UN wants to take Mr. Zuwani to the ICC, Chief Wu replied. He's going to promise changes, so they'll change their minds.
The UN want to take Mr. Zuwani to the ASS chief will reply. He going to promise Chan to change their minds.
Tell me about the interpreter, Tobin said, looking at a photo of Sylvia.
They'll team out the interpreter, Tobin said, looking at the phone of Sylvia.
She was born in the United States, Wu explained. She spent most of her life in Africa and Europe. She studied in South Africa, France, worked in the UN for 5
Vea,
years.
esta,
She was born in the United States, with explaining she spent most of her life in Africa and Europe. She studied in South Africa, French, and Spain. She was a British mother and white African father. She worked in the UN for 5 years.
Rosa y el pollo.
The
See.
UN entrance hall. Sylvia was talking to another interpreter, and Tobin recognized her face from the phone.
Tobin Dunn went down to the UN entrance hall. Sylvia was talking to another enterprise, and Tobin recognized her face, the photo.
He gave her his card.
Photo.
Ms. Woods and I are with the Secret Service, he said. We protect heads of state at the UN. I don't recognize you, Sylvia said.
He had his card, Mr. Wu, and are with the Secret Service, he said. We protect his state of the UN. I don't recognize you, Sylvia said.
Our faces are easy to forget. That's why we're good at our jobs. Sylvia smiled and pointed at Don. That's why we're good at our jobs. Sylvia smiled and pointed at Dot.
Our faces are easy to forget that why we're good at our jobs, Sylvia smiled and promised I don't.
Is she guarding you? She asked.
Is she warning you? She asked.
Yes, ma'am, Tobin replied. I'm not a head of state, she said. I know, he said. What did you hear? If you hear the voice again, will you recognize it?
Yes, ma'am. Tobin replied, I'm not here to the state, he said. I know, he said. What did you hear? If you hear the voice again, will you recognize it?
I don't know. It was a whisper. Whispers change voices. Do they? Tobin asked. You study faces, I study voices. You're in the interpreter's booth at night. Why? Tobin asked.
I don't know, it was whisper. Whisper change voices. Do you they? Tobin asked. You study face and study voices. You were in the interpreter, but in the night. Why? Tobin asked.
There's a security problem, and I left the building, Sylvia replied. I'll be back later for my music.
There was a security problem when I left the building, Sylvia replied. I went back later for my music bag.
And you heard two guys, Tobin said slowly. They were planning to kill somebody, and they were talking in Ku. Not many people speak Ku. You do.
And you heard to go, guys, Tobin said slowly. They were planning to kill somebody and they were talking in Q. Not many people speak Q, do you?
You think I'm lying? Sylvia protested angrily. People lie all the time. I don't, she said. What do you think about Zuwani? Tobin asked. I don't like him. Do you want him to die? I want him to leave Mutogo, Sylvia said quickly. That's different. I told the UN security officers so you can protect him. I'm not here to watch people die.
You think I Sylvia protested angry. People live and time. I don't, she said. What do you think about someone? Tobin asked. I don't like him. Do you want him to die? I want to him. Matabo Sylvia quickly. That's different. It's the UN security officer that you can protect him. I'm not here to watch people die.
Here, Tobin asked. In the UN. I believe in this place, not in guns and war. Listen, they saw me, and I'm scared.
Here Tobin asked. In the UN, I believe in the place, not in guns and war. Listen, he swam in the Oscar.
You don't look scared, Tobin said.
I don't look scared, Tobin said.
You don't know me, Sylvia said. You don't know what I feel. People don't always cry when they feel sad. I'll find another person to protect me.
I don't know, me, Sylvia said. Do you don't know what I feel people do that always cry when they feel sad? I find another person to protect me.
I'm not your protector, man, Tobin said quietly. I protect heads of state. I'm here to question you. Sylvia gave Tobin his card and walked angrily away. What do you think? Dot asked. She's lying.
Liar. I'm not your protector, man, Tobin said quickly. I protect her of state. I'm here to question you. Sylvia gave Tobin this card and walked angrily away. What do you think? Don't ask it. She'll leave. Muchas gracias, teacher, y adiós.